I'm seeing a little hype on the Sam Darnold front. We're going to get into this.
Yeah.
This is Vikings Banter. We are out here. The historic Barney's Beanery on Santa Monica Boulevard.
New patio.
West Hollywood. Look at this.
New patio.
Yeah, they keep on building this set out for us. I don't know why they do it. It's just a mutual love for the game. For the games. All of them.
Best Diet Coke in town.
We got Luke and Kati in the place that are actually going to help us weave through the mystery of the off season. And we have so many exciting things truly happening.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited for football though? Like, are you ready? Okay.
What are we at? 95 days away,
Yeah.
something like that. But who's counting? I can't fucking wait. And
Okay.
it's not even like a Super Bowl type season. Not for me.
No.
LJ thinks it might be, but I can't wait to see the It's like when you're building. It's like building the pyramids, and you're
Right.
like, this is gonna be fucking.
This is your dream.
all time when it's
Mhm.
finished. Might not be that, you might not get that finished product feeling this year, but watching it build is what makes you a real fan. Because that finished product, you're like, I remember when we put the first blocks into this foundation.
We're still really hurting over here from the Timberwolves loss, so I'm not ready
that's on
for
you
that.
guys.
But speaking of foundations,
Mhm.
we locked in something very monumental this week. Justin Jefferson.
Oh,
Oh, what'd you think?
I thought crybaby. Never mind.
Oh shit! Shit, I forgot the hot sauce. Oh, that.
Oh, do we have
too.
Cryberry?
I have some. in
Okay,
my
cool.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a new partnership that we're bringing on
Yeah.
board. We'll launch it the right way coming up this week.
But Justin Jefferson's contract.
Justin Jefferson's contract. I mean,
140 million.
this is like one of the only things I was confident in all last
That's
year
true.
and this year was this is going to happen. Despite everybody in these stupid Cincinnati Bengal rumors and all this, Justin wanted to stay here. Kevin made it very obvious he wanted him to stay. Kwesi really tied this one in and brought it home and got it done earlier than I was even expecting. So now he'll be there for voluntary training, voluntary workouts
OTAs and all those things, yeah.
and training camp. He's going to be the leader. He already said he's going to be the person in JJ McCarthy's ear more than anyone. So he's
JJ said
fully
that?
committed. Yeah. JJ
Okay.
said that about the Rook.
Yep.
He's going to be in his ear, and he's going to be building this team
He's going to be
along
calling
with the
him
coaching.
Jonathan.
I'm curious what he calls him. That is
Yeah.
a good
That's
point.
actually a really
Yeah.
good question.
This is the time of the year, though. I want to see JJ even outside of like involuntary, voluntary, whatever they are. I want to see him meet up in Miami, like running beaches together. He has to take that step forward as a leader of like, hey, man, I got this thing.
Yeah.
All this cash. I'm going to bring out all the receivers, bring out the quarterbacks, and we're doing my
He's
own
paying
little
for
camp
trips now.
every once in a
Yeah.
while,
Do
right?
we have any concern about the slip off of the wide receiver who gets the new contract with him
No.
going into the season?
I think it
You
makes
don't think
him,
he's that type of person?
No, I think it makes him more confident that
Okay.
he can. You don't want him playing through injury, but like if you're a little dinged up before, like last season, I think he could have come back a little sooner had he been more confident. Like, I know I'm locked in for the next 4 years,
Okay.
so I'll risk an ankle tweak. You don't want him risking a serious injury.
You'll stretch out over the
But
middle a
now
little
it's
different.
like I'm gonna fight more because they gave me what I wanted.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I
Alright.
think he's
because
way
his
more
family
committed
is
now.
set up forever.
Because there's nothing.
And you're
yeah,
good.
that's true.
And now he does the Pat Mahomes move where you build a house with a compound on it and you start having the guys over your house.
Sure.
And that helps with free
Right.
agency when
Sure.
they come in town and they see Justin's layout. And he's like, come do off-season workout drills with me at my place.
Right.
Does he have a crazy house yet?
I doubt it.
I
Now
doubt
would be
it.
the
I
time.
bet he's like in a condo downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Honestly.
doesn't seem to be a guy. He obviously like dresses so well, but
Yeah.
you don't see these crazy splurges any more than
Not
You
yet.
would if for like a receiver.
It will. He
yeah.
might
With
splash,
110
though.
guarantee,
He might
you might.
splash.
Is he a car guy?
I think you have to.
I
be
feel
a
like
car
you
guy.
would know
I think
this,
he's going to
though.
become a car guy. He's not Daniil, where
Yeah,
everything
or
he does
Eric
is get car.
Kendricks
Yeah,
or- yeah.
exactly. But
Ooh, that'll be
I wouldn't
fun.
be surprised seeing another purple Lambo
Yeah.
rolling
Yeah.
through, a little Bernard Berrien action out there.
That's
He had the
true.
R8, right? That was his. I think he had the R8.
I
I don't
think so.
remember.
I think you're
Yeah.
right. Did we
Um,
talk about that with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember which kind of car it
Yeah,
was. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it was the R8.
Him
I
and
think he
Moss
still
would just
got
be
it.
screaming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
So the breakdown of that contract, 4-year, 140, which is the most in the NFL,
Mhm.
110 guaranteed, 36 signing bonus. That's the big one because that is spread out over 4 years. That affects the dead cap. So this year, it's a $1 million base salary plus 7 from the signing bonus, so it's only an $8 million cap hit.
Wow.
Same with next year. It's only 15 against the cap next year. So really, this deal doesn't start becoming an issue towards the cap for until 2026.
But he has
Okay.
$110 million in his hand.
Yeah.
But-
He's getting all the money.
Yeah.
But for us, like, they worked it out, so it's beneficial to the team for going forward for the next
Well,
couple
thank
years.
you for him to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
But
Because it's
will we
really
be-
more on him. He had all of the leverage
true.
in
Yeah.
this.
Exactly.
And so he didn't take us to the brink. He
Yeah.
wants to build.
Oh, there's nothing
But
worse
on
than
this
holding
bill,
out.
Yeah.
and
like
fucking
if are we going to get fucked in 2026 when we potentially have so many things?
No,
in
because by
place?
then they can always restructure.
Okay.
The crafty-minded GMs know how to spread this kind of stuff, like they've done with Pat Mahomes and that $500 million contract he signed. And then 2 years later, they like re-extended it.
Yeah.
And like you just keep pushing it.
And you get another signing bonus and,
And
stuff
the
like
TV
that.
deals keep going up and the salary cap raises. So it's like in 2 years, you know, the salary cap could be another $20 million higher. What's, 36 for the best wide receiver in the NFL, especially considering CD is probably either going to match or beat that number this offseason.
Yeah.
And next year, Jamar Chase, as long as he has another year like he's been doing, and he doesn't get seriously hurt or anything, he's going to have to get the next highest deal.
Yeah.
So this is...
So
Before you know it,
see-
you're the fifth highest.
Yeah,
paid,
exactly.
It's
True.
like,
Yeah, and it's worth it. This is a receiver that's worth it. I think this is going to start the same thing that happened in the running back market where they were overpaid and everyone's like, okay, now it makes more sense to just draft a first round receiver and pay him a rookie scale
Mhm.
rather than have to shell out, a 25% of your salary cap for one guy.
Right.
So,
So CD's holding out right now.
it's
He's
not officially a
going-
holdout. He's just not showing up to voluntary workouts. But
No,
neither
but
are a
he's
lot
getting
of guys.
Yeah, but he's getting fined for that. I heard.
Yeah. You lose out on
Yeah.
bonuses in your contract. Like
So-
Lamar just lost out on a bonus in his
Okay.
contract, which you
But
really
you don't
wanna
think
see
that's
from
going to
your
happen until
quarterback.
off
CD?
season? Yeah.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are an interesting situation, a dilemma in the NFL because they
They're
have to
really-
sign their quarterback
Yeah,
and their wide receiver, and their star edge rusher Micah Parsons. So one of them's not going to get paid.
Right.
Someone's getting cut loose. I
Dak.
personally think it'll be Dak.
Yeah.
But yeah, CD you got to hang
Yeah.
on to. They'll pay him. He's a
well,
beast.
Kirk kind of alleviated us from that weird pain.
It ended up
so
working out
it's
for the
like-
best. Yeah.
He can get the whole world. We don't have to deal with that. Where
Yeah, if we were locked up with Kirk and JJ for the next 4 years, knowing that's all of our cap, like we
the
couldn't
young
have
guys, the
signed
next
so
up
many
are going,
guys.
I can't get signed.
Exactly.
So you don't.
That's when you got to let
to.
dudes walk, and that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, we lucked out because we got to pay Darisaw. We got some guys we still got to pay.
Yeah. We're in a good spot though. We were talking a little bit about the kickoff,
Yes.
and I want to talk about what that does. I think we're even going to be sitting watching games, being like, "What was the rule again?"
Well, let's break it down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The more I read about it, the more I like it. So they adopted this from the XFL. They started doing it, and they realized because last year was the
Isn't that
lowest
crazy, though?
percentage. It's so cool. That
Yeah,
they,
I love that.
like the fact that the XFL exists kind of sucks. It's kind of worthless. I tried watching it. It's not
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Yeah.
bad football.
Oh, it's bad football. But you think any football is good football. It's not. But the benefit is they do have a way more exciting kickoff than us. So we're still kicking off from the 35-yard line, right?
Right.
One side of the field.
but the lineup's different.
Everything else has changed.
Okay.
That's the only thing that stays the same. So you're kicking from the 35-yard line. The other 10 players of the kicking team will line up on the opposing 40, okay? They cannot move until the ball either hits the ground or a player on the other team.
Wait. The ball hits another player?
Yeah, nobody can move until the ball is either caught or caroms off someone
Okay.
or hits the ground.
Okay.
So you've got to stand there. Then
You're like looking back,
So then, you're literally
Somehow they're
standing
calling
there
it out.
watching. I guess you're looking up, like waiting.
or your
for it
guy's
to
gonna
land.
have to yell. I think the receiver's gonna have to. There's a trigger
Like,
moment
got
where he's
it.
like fire or whatever.
These are the
Yeah.
interesting, little the little details. I mean, I guess you could stand sideways and kind of watch it go over, whatever. Then the receiving team will line up 9 players in what's being called the setup zone between the 35 and the 30. So the kicking team is on the 40, the receiving team is on between the 35 and the 30, okay?
Yeah.
At least 7 of them have to have their foot on the 35, and the other 3 have to line up outside the hash marks. It sounds more confusing than it is. Once we see it, it'll be fine. The players in the setup zone can't move until the ball hits the grounder player. Same rules. So they can't get the running start, which is what was creating all the injuries. They have to just stand this close to each other and wait until the ball starts. So really, they're just going to immediately, it's going to be like an like offensive and defensive line where they tie up quick, which creates a lot of space for people to run in between.
What is the penalty?
So, hold on. So that, the landing zone... So the players in the setup zone can't move. Okay, finally, a max of 2 returners can line up in the landing zone. The landing zone is between the 20 and the end zone.
Yeah.
Okay? The rules of the kick. Any kick that lands before the 20 is automatically placed at the 40. So you have to kick it into that landing zone.
You got to get at least past the 20, or else you're sitting.
You want to land in between the 20 and the end zone. If you land in the end zone, it's it goes to the 35. Yes. Okay.
That's a serious hit. It's the 35 though.
It's the 35. So if it lands in the end zone, it goes to the 35, or it can be returned.
Which is hilarious because I always remember like
20.
Mitch Berger or whatever back in the day, like
bombing through the end of the end zone.
Through, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
And I was like in kicking classes and stuff in the off season, and we'd all be like,
that was the goal.
You got to get it out of the end zone if you want to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
Shit.
So now if it's short of the 20, it's to the 40. If it's past the end zone, it's to the 35. So really, you benefit from it landing between the 20 and the end zone. So teams are now flirting with the idea in practice because the kicker is going to be... So basically, you'd be 10 against 11 if you have a kicker on the field because the kicker is going to have to get involved with tackling. Teams don't want to risk their kicker, especially when you get deeper into the season. For instance, Harrison Butker got hurt last year. The Chiefs had to go to their safety to kick off. So now they're just starting with trying out Justin Reed, the safety on the Chiefs. He's going to be doing the kickoffs because he's a better tackler, and they don't want to risk their kicker getting hurt.
So this is what you're talking about teams getting ahead of it.
Yep. Everyone's starting to try out other positions that can kick because you just got to kick it short now. You don't have to blast it through the end zone.
And a lot of the times, I mean, not a lot of the time, but every once in a while, you would see that you would have like a great field goal kicker, but then maybe like the punter was a better like distance kicker. Yeah. More inaccurate.
Punters are good at onside kicks. Like all these guys have different
more
fortes.
Precision,
Exactly.
So you don't get stuck with that. It really takes away a whole position that sometimes would get filled up in the special teams role with a random guy.
But not because if it adds like a really big strength of returns too on the special teams.
Oh, now you have 2 returners back. And there are so the Steelers were talking about playing Justin Fields in the back and having him be one of the 2 kick returners. And if he catches it, you now have to deal with him either running or throwing across the field to the other kick returner who's going to run.
God, Justin Field career just getting ruined.
He's now a special teams player. Yeah.
They're like, we're just going to put you out there, get your head
He's getting
done.
paid nothing. Now you got to go out there for special
to
teams. But I mean, it's like...
Well, but also
get back the
there's
excitement.
less... Because there's less movement and you're not maybe going to have as big of a blow. Yeah. Where it always was less like the scat, like really fast cornerback. It's always a guy that you're not risking too much on. It's like when we were using Randy Moss back in the day, we're like, why would you possibly
you can't
risk
put him
this?
Back there.
Now it's not as weird to have like your running back be the guy. Or maybe JJ like be the guy.
Oh yeah,
it's not that crazy.
I still wouldn't risk JJ, but in a late game scenario, if you're down 7 and there's 30 seconds on the clock, you put your best player back there because you're like, look, you just got to get through one line of defense. You know, you don't have to go compete now with guys getting a full sprint 40 yards downfield to murder you. They're going to all be stopped at the front. Also, I don't know who's going to be put as blockers. Maybe we use offensive linemen as blockers because before it was all fast skill position guys. you can do a million different things now. It's going to be really interesting.
But that brings up a good point of like bringing value back to the running back.
Yeah, that's the whole
in the game too.
Yeah. It's much more of a running back role.
Oh, I think Kyle
now.
Shanahan will definitely use Christian McCaffrey back there at some point. You know, adding a third, fourth running back to your roster for that scenario is definitely in play.
It changes so much up because there still is going to be, I think, probably pretty big hits because
there will always
how
be
much
big
can you
hits.
hold that line?
Yeah.
And the line is starting there, but then the blockers are almost in a uniquely better position because it's like, this guy's right ahead of me. This is all I got to do.
Yeah.
You're not tracking a guy all the way downfield, trying to slow him
Oh,
up.
it's definitely better for the blockers. It's just, you know, again, it's like an offensive line. Sometimes they just get juked and a guy flies by. But I could see Dallas Turner or, you know, our D end flying through those lines. Like, there's going to be some collisions because you still have 20 yards to build up speed. You know, you're not 5 yards away. Like,
I didn't even think about that on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you not risk your great defensive player because we don't need him sprinting down the field? Now it's like he plays this. It's almost like a
It's
long
like a pass
sack.
rush. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, if you can light someone up and strip that ball, you put your starting safeties in there. It's going to become like a full defense lining up out there.
Wait, did I miss it? Did you say that if the ball, like if someone moves before the ball hits the ground or is caught?
Oh, the penalty for
Yeah, is
that?
there
I
a
don't know what the
penalty?
penalty. Yeah,
You
there
have
will
to
be.
catch it, and there's no fair catch.
It'll be like
There's a penalty
false
for
start,
you, like
probably.
letting it drop, though. I believe as well.
If you let it, there's like another thing. If it drops,
If it drops where?
if
oh,
it
if
drops
you grab it and
before
drop.
the 20,
There's something about, I believe, they're incentivizing the receiving team to even catch it.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
you
there's
can't
no more
let
fair
it like
catch.
There's no
dribble
more fair
out.
catch.
oh no, it's a live ball. Once it hits the ground, it's a live ball as long as it doesn't.
That's wild too.
Well, that's always been the rule, but there's no
But
more fair
there's
catch.
Right.
So you can't be like, there's no more of this bullshit catch and then
Because
they
you
used
have
to
all that
move it
room
up.
anyway.
Yeah.
You're
No,
going to
now
still
they
have like
want you-
15 yards to play.
They're making it safer for you to field the ball and actually run the play. So that's what they're incentivizing. They want you to now engage in kickoff returns because that was such a fun part of the game when Devin Hester and Dante Hall were lighting up the league. And then they just
There
completely
will
got rid of
be
it.
a team this year that figures it out and will
Oh, yeah.
have like multiple returns.
The first 6 weeks of this will be 4 teams that figured it out right away and are just dominating, and everyone else who's archaic and, you know, lining up for a regular kickoff return who are going, shit, how do we keep up with these teams that have figured it out?
Yeah.
You're gonna get cheap ass touchdowns like that, and if you're the team that's giving them up, oh my god, I'm gonna be breaking stuff if we're the team. I don't think we will be. I think we'll be one of the teams leading the charge.
Because, well, yeah, now it's crazy to think like these special teams coordinators,
Mm-hmm.
that their whole thing was
Totally
like,
changed.
I am the guy that knows how to do this my whole career. Now you
That's
might get a
changed.
guy like Flores who's like,
Yeah.
dude, honestly, we don't need this piece of shit.
I mean, I would love for Flores to get involved. I'm sure if they're smart, they'll ask him because he's so creative
Right.
at confusing the other side of the ball. They've got to get him involved. Maybe even
I guess they got to just do
talk.
it to be able to, like, it's probably just practice management of the time that like a special teams coach is with the special team.
well, especially if you're taking players off the defense
Yeah.
to play special teams, you better be talking to Flores and getting his okay. Be like, how can I use this guy? Are you good with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you want to borrow our stud edge rusher, you better be talking to Flores and making sure it's okay.
That's true.
And how you're going to use him.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. I hope they're on top of it. It would really suck. But again, like I was just saying a few minutes ago off camera, we lead the charge a lot in trying out new things. The first round wide receiver N'Keal Harry out of ASU, drafted to
Oh,
the
yes.
Patriots, been bouncing around, can't seem to figure out wide receiver in the NFL, but he's 6'5", big kid, very athletic. We just moved him to tight end. No team has tried that. Let's see what he can do now at a position that isn't where people expect him to line up.
But it's becoming more of a downfield position.
Yeah.
If you have
Oh,
the
yeah.
right guy. Yeah.
And, you want a linebacker or something to cover a guy who's the size of a tight end,
Right.
but with the speed and athleticism of a wide receiver. Now you're making a little mismatch. I hope he can figure the position out because he's fucking talented.
What were his struggles with the Patriots?
I think it was route running and dropping passes.
Okay.
Same as anyone that just
God.
can't figure out something. You
The
know,
receivers that
like
can't
another
catch balls are
Laquan Treadwell.
the worst. Yeah.
Laquan Treadwell was.
Oh
that
my
one
God.
Killed me. I was so excited. I almost bought his jersey. I think thinking about it is what ruined his career.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Oh my
I
God.
debated it.
Well, should we dive into some early predictions?
Some way too early
Way
predictions
too early
for the
predictions.
NFL.
95-day. Well, not even. That's like way worse, way longer.
Yeah, I mean, we can
Like
start
9
throwing
month
in some
predictions.
bets. We can start with offensive rookie of the year. We'll leave MVP for the end. Offensive rookie of the year, I got Jaden Daniels, number 2 pick, quarterback to the Washington Commies.
Wait, offensive player overall, rookie.
Offensive rookie of the year.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay, I was like, what are we talking about here? Okay.
No, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Offensive rookie of the year. I got Jaden Daniels. All the rookie quarterbacks usually take some time to get
Sure.
used to the speed of the NFL, and that's more of a passing thing.
Mhm.
You know, you're not getting through your progressions quick enough. So the benefit of him over Caleb Williams, Drake May, these other, JJ even, these other first round quarterbacks is his ability to run. He's going to be leaving
Did
the pocket.
CJ Stroud win last year?
CJ Stroud won
Yeah,
last year.
when that
he was
kind of
incredible.
similar too.
They won rookie of both sides. They got defensive rookie with Will
Right.
Anderson as well. They killed that draft. Yeah, I mean, CJ Stroud doesn't scramble. He just figured out the game. He was fantastic. But I think Anthony Richardson would have had a good shot at taking offensive rookie of the year.
If he had
CJ ended up having an all-time rookie season, but Jaden Daniels, especially with Cliff Kingsbury as the offensive coordinator, who helped Kyler Murray win offensive rookie of the year his rookie season. I think that's going to be.
Do running backs ever win it?
It's become a quarterback thing or a wide receiver. If you have a
Yeah,
special
yeah.
wide receiver,
I was thinking,
year,
like, I haven't heard of a running back doing it in a while.
running backs
even
don't
though
get anything.
running backs are the most effective younger.
Yeah.
Those first few years.
Yeah,
are
their
where you're like,
burst is like their first
Yeah.
few years out of the gate. The last, I
Do you
mean,
really think
Zeke probably won.
the commies have enough? They will have enough to show.
So that's
Right.
I think that's what helps is their defense sucks ass. So they're going to be in shootouts. They're going to have to put up points. They're going to have to be on offense.
Okay.
And he's just going to have the freedom to be in a gunslinging offense and running all over the field. Like it's
Okay.
going to be the Jaden Daniels show. He could have 4 interceptions and still run for 120 yards and a touchdown, So I think that's what separates him. You don't expect any rookie to have some, oh my God, season.
Right.
But I think Jaden Daniels is primed. Other than that, like Roma Dunze, the wide receiver who could be in it, he's in a
with a
offense
new
with
quarterback,
3 other receivers.
You would think he
The
should
Bears
blow it
always
out.
have shit offense. Malik Neighbors is stuck with
Mhm.
fucking Danny Dimes. He's not gonna.
That's
You
true.
know who I want to
Incredible.
win?
Who?
Penix.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
I
Well,
amazing.
want
that'd be
Penix to have a year.
That would be so awesome.
I would love it.
But that would mean Kirk got hurt. He's not gonna take it.
No,
you know?
Kirk's
don't-
getting benched.
But that would still be halfway through. Penix couldn't do it in half
That's
a
true.
season.
I do not
so it'd have to be
care
Kirk
what
getting
scenario
hurt.
it takes.
Yeah.
I hope it's Penix.
That would
Like,
be, it'd be bittersweet.
Be
But
sick.
I don't want them getting a good player out of it. I still want Penix to be bad if he takes over anyway.
No, I need Penix to. I'm totally fine if Penix is a Hall of Famer. Yeah, love it.
You're just like a Falcons guy now.
No, because like it's like the Falcons.
He's anti-Kirk. I like
well,
it. Yeah.
it would.
Whatever
We have a
causes
weird
Kirk the most
rivalry with
pain.
them. We don't see him till later in the playoffs. Like whatever.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
That's fine. I get what
If
you're
it's
saying.
us versus Penix, like in the whatever, what am I even the game before the game, game for the Super
NFC
Bowl,
Championship.
NFC Championship.
yeah.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Before
I mean,
the
it'd be
game.
awesome to see Penix start at US Bank Stadium when the Falcons.
No, I need Kirk on that fucking
Do you?
field.
He deserves those boos.
I need Kirk on
Well,
that
he's
field
still gonna
receiving
go
the
on the
boos.
field.
No, he'll be at home
That's
fucking
true.
around.
If he's like hurt or something. he'll be
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Ah."
even sideline isn't enough. Like, I want him on the field so that every time he lines up, we rain down boos.
Is that
and
the
then
game we're
we
going
have
to?
the opportunity for Dallas Turner or Jonathan
Yeah.
Bernard to murder him.
Yeah.
That's what I want
Yeah.
to see.
Well,
Does he get booed?
Oh my
heavy?
God,
It'll be half and
yes.
half. I think it'll be half and half.
Because we are a nice
The
team.
old head
When you
fans
come
are
home,
like-
we're okay
True.
with it.
Exactly, we're classy
That's true.
fan
I hope he
base.
gets boo bears like they've never even heard.
well, we got to go to the game.
I think it starts like the when he's first comes out to applause, like
Yeah.
we've acknowledged you, and now for the rest of the game you get booed.
Wait, is it our
relentlessly.
home opener?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like
That'd be
mid-season.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's like November or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's Did they put it prime time?
I mean, not as
They'll
of now.
flex it. It depends how
Depends-
good we
yeah.
are. How
I think
good
right
they
now
are.
it's noon because we don't
Yeah,
have
no,
any
no,
prime time.
we only have
Because both of our
two.
teams are not bad.
One of them's
Yeah.
Monday with the Bears,
Yep.
and then I think Thursday
Well,
they
Thursday's
consider
the
prime time
Rams.
here, in LA.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
We
not
don't
right
even have
now.
a. Oh, no, we have to have a Sunday night game.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
Maybe the Packers.
Maybe.
Trying to think of other teams that they care about on TV. Maybe.
Right.
Oh, the Jets are in
Maybe
London.
us versus Bears. When do we play them?
Bears is a
It's
Monday,
a Monday
night game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We have
that
that.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they just got Hard Knocks, so now they're going to
Yeah.
be even bigger. So
Did they figure out if it's all of us? It
so
is the
then
North Hard Knocks or
mid-season,
not?
I flipped it. The mid-season is going to be a division, and then the training camp is one team. The one team they
Bears.
picked is the Bears, so they're not going to pick us our
Shoot.
division anymore because they're already covering the Bears, so it won't be us.
But we'll get to see Justin Jefferson and wide receivers on. I mean, that's old, but
Oh yeah,
He's
they're doing
gonna be
that
on
Netflix
Netflix.
wide receiver
Yep.
show, and JJ's one of the
Yeah.
receivers. That'll be great. That's enough
Actually,
for me.
that'll be fun to see. Really, like his lifestyle then, and then we can see how this
Yeah, it's
contract
gonna
is really going to
change.
affect it.
Hopefully they finished filming before. No, actually, I hope we see
I-
him
yeah, I
get the
hope we get, like,
contract
a-
and see the first purchase.
Yeah.
Does he
Yeah.
buy his mom a house because it's on TV, or does he buy that car?
He has the car.
I think with
Together.
a contract like that, it's
You
a
don't-
house, a car.
Yeah, but which
Mom
one-
shows
Well, which
up.
one's first?
You buy your mom the house.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
he's a good kid.
You better.
So defensive rookie, I'm assuming Dallas.
You assume correctly, ma'am. Yeah, no, he's in the best position to succeed. Edge rusher, that's a position that tallies sacks. Sacks is one of those key interest statistics for
Right.
voters and for
Yeah.
fans. Like when you're grading, talking about a pass rusher, you go straight to sacks. That's the only thing people care about. Begins and ends with sacks. That's the flashy spot on the field. We got the flashiest guy in
Yeah.
a Brian Flores system that really benefits an edge rusher. I really think Flores could make him a 15 sack guy rookie season.
Wow.
Like maybe it's a slow start for a few weeks while he's getting used to it. I think he gets some late hits, some some roughing the
And I
passer
love all
penalties.
We're clipping
Oh, I'm
this
all about it.
'cause
Yeah.
we're gonna have to look back on this.
Yeah, no, save this one. I got 15 sacks, which is a fuckload for a rookie,
Right.
and I got him taking defensive rookie of the year.
What did Daniil Hunter get?
His rookie
last
year.
year.
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
good-
last year. Ooh, I think it was
He-
about 15.
He exceeded what we thought he would. I
Yeah.
remember that. We were like,
I was really pressing low. I was thinking like 11 or 12, and you all were looking at me like that's not even reality.
Last year he had 16 and a half.
Okay.
He had his best season. Jesus Christ, yeah, monster year.
Okay.
It was great. Yeah, that's why I wish him nothing but the best.
who, Daniil?
Daniil.
Well, he's on your team, your other team. So
Yeah, on my
Secondary
if things
team.
go bad, my other team,
Yep.
my AFC team.
your AFC
Love
team.
them.
Okay, so what is our way too early Super Bowl predictions? I'm assuming you're saying Vikings.
Well, I mean, I think it's hard to compete with what the Chiefs are doing.
You really think they can run it back?
times back to back.
I
to back.
think Mahomes is that guy.
I think
I
definitely
really
that
do
guy.
think he's that guy.
I do, but I actually think that they're not with all of like the Harrison stuff and
I think
Travis and
just
all
with
that happening.
luck.
I think they're also just like there's something toxic's gonna happen in that locker room. I think.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. Don't
You
worry
got a
about
look
it.
in your eye. What
Don't-
are you
don't worry
planning?
about it? You know,
What are you plotting
I
over
can't
there?
tell you.
It is hard when you know the Kelseys of that locker room. It does get difficult, right? It's like
Well, and
How-
then there
is-
was Kelsey and Harrison kind of button heads a little bit
oh,
because he said something about Taylor.
Harrison Buckner.
Yeah.
Butker.
Well, he's gonna get kicked off the team if you start
Yeah,
dealing
I
with
know.
Kelsey.
I know.
Say everything you want
Kicker,
until you start
kicker.
getting weird with like your franchise guy.
I don't see them going again because we all know NFL is so dependent on health, and to do it 3 years in a row, like, look, the talent is there. If
Yeah.
we just put teams into the playoffs right now and we're like, go, they're a shoe-in
Sure.
as the best team. But making sure everyone is alive and catching balls and everything's going right, losing L'Jarius Sneed is a huge blow to that defense. I mean, losing in the AFC Championship is not a bad fucking season. I definitely have them going to the playoffs. I just don't think that they can pull off another Super Bowl run.
So who else in the AFC?
I think the Texans are a big favorite getting up there. I mean, they seem to be a betting favorite as well. They just crushed the offseason.
I forget everything about last season, like around this time of year.
You forget?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
I can't remember any of
who was in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, so my early prediction for MVP of the league usually goes to... So my issue with the MVP award is it's not what the definition should be, which is, to me, most valuable is if you remove a player from a team, what happens to that team without them?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Forget the rest of the team. Like, if you've got a great supporting cast, you're not technically the MVP. You're just the best. Like, you had the best season.
Right.
So,
which the best teams have the best seasons.
Exactly.
It's not always just Tom Brady
coaching the whole team. Exactly. So, but unfortunately, the award tends to go to the best record and whoever that quarterback is.
Yeah.
It's not even another fucking skill position. Like, Christian McCaffrey should have won it last year. I think if you remove him, that offense sputters and it's just, you know, a whatever. And for a running back to be so dominant and responsible for like 50% of their yards or something, he should have won last year. I think this year, CJ Stroud, Texans, leading into them being... I think CJ Stroud. I think the Texans will have the best record.
They will be in that
because they're young and hungry, and they're just going to go balls to the wall to get to the playoffs. Whereas teams like the Chiefs, who are better teams,
and
know
in
to
theory,
save themselves.
A harder schedule too.
Oh yeah.
So,
No, the Texans.
Well,
I looked at their schedule.
Should have a pretty...
It's okay.
Yeah.
Their division is a toss-up of whether it's going to be great or garbage. The Titans are a big question mark.
Right.
The Colts are a big question mark. Probably not great. And the Jaguars, even though every year we're like, yo, the Jaguar, here they come. They don't do shit.
Yeah.
So the Texans could run away with that division, but they are fucking stacked on paper. And if CJ continues to grow, that will be the MVP.
Best odds right now, plus 550 is the 49ers.
Yeah, well, for what?
Super Bowl.
Yeah, they always go with last year's teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's Super Bowl Chiefs.
Yeah,
exactly.
They did that with the Eagles. They do that every year. It's, you know,
and then
that's another thing that doesn't happen often is repeats. People don't tend to repeat, you know.
Do we think we're in a division with, like, the Lions that, like, who is it that is going to be our biggest issue? Is it Lions? Is it Packers?
Oh, in our division?
That could actually win it all. That wouldn't be us.
I don't see the Lions winning it all.
No.
I still don't trust Jared Goff in big moments. I don't think you can put the team on his back. And I don't think that defense is good enough to be like, oh, even if we don't score today, the defense can win us the game. You know, I think they overachieved last year. So
they're not taking a step up.
No, I don't see them taking a step up. I think they did as well as they possibly could. They should have gone to the Super Bowl. They fucked that up bad.
Yeah.
And that might hang over a little bit. But the Lions are the Lions. We've always been saying that, you know. I would say the Packers by default, but I don't trust Jordan Love either. I think the Bears need a couple years before they can really get rolling. But yeah, I think it's just whoever stays healthy, whoever gets hot in our division. I don't see any of the NFC North going to the Super Bowl.
Not
surprising.
This year. Who has the worst odds right now?
Panthers.
Yeah.
Worst fucking team.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, are they bad? A surprise team that I could see going to the Super Bowl. The Jets. I think now that they've got everything going, they got rookies, they got young, they got old guys, they got young guys. Aaron Rodgers is pissed. Seems to be focused in fighting with the media.
Yeah. What are their odds? I would imagine they have to be pretty good.
And that division is kind of shaky.
Because going into last year before
Plus
Rodgers, it was like, this is the
They're
team.
Like middle of the road.
Middle of the road?
They're going to outkick
I'd
that.
fucking slam that
They're
bad.
very dangerous if Rodgers is there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. As long as he stays healthy. And they got Tyron Smith on the left side now. They drafted Olu Fashanu, that beast out of Penn State. They drafted Malachi Corley, another wide receiver I really like that Steve Smith said was the best wide receiver in the draft. And he was the one that predicted Cooper Kupp would be the best receiver in his draft. They've got a very good team. They got Mike Williams.
Yeah.
They fucking stacked the
Mike
board.
Williams is like,
No, but he's their third wide receiver now.
Every single time we're here.
That's how it works.
That's how it works.
It says Athens on it too.
It does.
But maybe
It does.
the Soho House
It's my
just
trash.
always is doing trash.
They're always doing trash.
They got a lot
Just
of trash.
burying bodies.
Yeah. That's our conspiracy.
What are the what's Pittsburgh's odds? What if like
Theirs is just to go over 500.
Russell just gets dangerous?
Danger. Okay, let's see. Plus 5,000.
Okay.
A fun one is Chargers. Just the
Just
Harbaugh thing keeps rolling.
I
He
can
just
see
shows
that.
up.
I can see
Everyone
that.
gets in line. They got rid of some cancer, and now they're just like, fuck it. Everything's clicking.
What
They
do we
have
think
some
about
tools.
the Bills? Are we
They're
just
great.
like
They got the quarterback. They got the offensive line. They got the defense. Curious what they do with the running game.
right?
Wide receiver, kind of a makeshift position. You could make it work, you know.
So
the Chiefs fucking do
again,
it.
so I start to like our odds is to get in the playoffs if we have any sauce.
Yeah, but how
Because
do
we're
we
not
get
naming
out-
NFC teams here. These are all
No, the
AFC
NFC is
teams.
not exciting. It's if the Eagles can bounce back, which I don't think they
I
can
don't think
do
they
because they
can.
lost key leadership on that team,
Mhm.
losing Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox. That's fucking, you know, you might have talent, but you get in the locker room and,
And
there's
they had
nobody leading
drama
the way.
at the end.
Oh, they
in the
always have
locker
drama.
room.
And they were already talking about firing Nick Sirianni
Yeah.
after he was the coach of the year before. Like, what are you doing?
Well, he's the drama.
Exactly.
So.
It's like, so they could be in line for a mess. But I don't think Dallas does it.
So we think the Bills their days
So,
are over?
I think early prediction on coach firings. Sean
Yes.
McDermott, Bills,
Sure.
a very hot seat. They've been one of the Super Bowl favorites now
Yep.
for 4 years.
Windows
And they
closed.
keep
almost.
taking a little step
Yep.
back each year. And it's like, wait, which way are you guys going? They got rid of Stephon Diggs, which in the
Needed
long
to
term
happen.
might, we know very
He's a locker
well,
cancer.
Yeah.
He's a locker
Yeah.
cancer, and he dropped big pass. They could have been in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. He was dropping passes in the playoffs. So even though it might work out for them in the long term, the short term, that's a tough one to overcome when you don't have a clear-cut number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
So I think the Bills, especially with Aaron Rodgers coming back now with the Jets are going to be the pride of the division. Bills take a step back. I think they got to start fresh, fire Sean McDermott.
So way too early potential firing, head coach firing. What about I'm blanking on his name. Saleh. Because last year he was a
Oh,
little on
no.
the chopping block.
I mean, it depends what they look like, but I don't think so.
Really?
He rallied a bad team with
He
no
did,
quarterback.
but there was they were talking a lot of shit about him last year. And again,
It's
it
all
all goes
dependent on
away of
Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah.
Aaron came knowing Saleh's the coach. They hired his boy Nathaniel Hackett to make him happy. If Aaron says, "Hey, I don't get along with Saleh, pick he or I," he's gone.
Right.
But as long as they get along, he'll be the coach there. I don't think he's in a.
Well, and then Big Cock's on the chopping block, which we've talked about
I
multiple
think Cock
times.
has this year. I
Well,
think
this
at
year.
least this year. I don't see him getting fired
But end of
unless he
the-
throws JJ in too early. If he starts JJ week 2 and then does what he did last year with the quarterback carousel and benches him.
So
and
you
then
think we could
benches
survive like a
0-5?
4-win season
Yes.
and with him still
As long
holding?
as it looked good at the end where JJ had some growth, and again, everybody likes him. Justin Jefferson's cool with him. You know, as long as those things are clicking and you're making progress towards the end of the year. If we start hot now, if we start 4-0 and lose the last 13 games,
Yeah.
totally different situation.
Although it's a rebuild and the quarterback situation is still uncertain, Sam Darnold, they keep on saying, actually looks great in camp.
Well, they better say that because
But-
he's starting.
But everything about our team, I don't think we should be having expectations lower than 500.
I think
I agree
you
with
have
There's
to.
nothing about our team that should be lower than 500.
It's a lot of new players, a lot of new pieces.
Yeah, but
Defense
look
is
at-
full turnover.
Yeah, but look what our defense was last year.
But now it's full turnover. You lose the locker room
Yeah.
presence of Daniil Hunter, who was the only superstar on the team. Harrison's another year older, could be the death blow for Harrison.
But it was like patching everything together, and
Yeah.
Flores
The
did
second
that
half.
seamlessly.
The second half of the season,
Yeah.
they really caught their stride. But if Ivan Pace takes a step back in his second year, sophomore slum, if the new guys, Jonathan Grenard and I'm blanking on his damn name, not Gesicki, Andrew Van Ginkel. If
Yeah.
those guys don't see eye to eye with Flores and they're not enjoying the ski, there's so many moving pieces in an NFL locker room. You
Yeah.
hope everything just clicks the way it did the year before. But, if teams start calling up Flores and going, hey, we want you to be our head coach.
That's true.
And then he starts, going,
Yeah.
I don't really like
That
it here.
could
Like
be-
that, these cancers start to arise. So my expectation, look, I have a below 500 expectation, But I absolutely think everything could click, and we could easily be a 10-win team.
Yeah.
I just don't expect it with a rookie quarterback and a new personnel.
Yeah.
I believe in Flores. I think that they're really giving the reins of the defense to Ivan Pace Jr. early, and I'd love to see that.
It's a kid.
So there's just so much about that where I don't think Flores is going to fuck this up.
No.
And
But the offense, too.
But
we need.
our offense, they can make it work.
We hope. Yeah.
With because Jones is an interesting.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
I don't
Where
love
were we?
that.
Huh?
It's going to be some nice editing from Evan.
It's all right. No,
Edit job.
Well, we were
Vikings.
Well, we do have to get in the WMA at some point here.
Yeah.
We got like 10 minutes.
Fuck, I did. Jets.
No, well, yeah, we were talking about Ivan Pace, and just because so much of Flores is setting himself up to be a head coach again, I don't think he drops the ball on like rebuilding this team the right way.
Yeah.
And he's done a really good job of, yes, we're young, but then we have like a lot of new veteran influences that are like the grinders, the guys that do it right, the Ginkles. Who was the other?
Fucking, I can't believe I blanked on his damn name. I've got it.
But he was a dude. He was like one of the guys.
Yeah. Blake Cashman.
Yeah.
Blake Cashman,
Exactly.
the other one from the Texans. Yeah, no, we've got legit leaders. It's just, it takes a little bit of time to set a new culture at a team, and losing guys that like ran the culture like a Daniil for so long. It's like, all right, who's going to step into his shoes now and be like, I'm the veteran leader. Dallas Turner again, rookie, Mekhi Blackman. Like, these guys are all budding superstars who, don't get me wrong, I think in 4 years, we're one of the top teams in the NFL. Once JJ's there, once the Rook is there with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison's a few years in, this whole defense has had time to figure out and bulk up and be men. We find a replacement for Harrison Smith. Our personnel is tops in the league in a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
Like I said, pyramid. We're at the bottom. We got all the workers there. They got the fucking blocks on their shoulder. We don't know how it's being made because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Tinfoil hat. But the pyramid's being built. We're going to have a little trophy on the top.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so.
The Rook's got us.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold's got us, actually.
The other big firing, I believe, is going to happen. I'm sorry to my new friend, Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
They're letting him run out that contract. He never really got along with Jerry Jones.
Putting him in the best position.
No, they didn't get him a running back.
Yeah.
They did no off-season work with free agents. They've got to pay Micah Parsons. They've got to pay Dak. They've got to pay CD. Someone's going to fall by the wayside. I believe it's going to be Dak, which I'm actually kind of interested in, because it's like, all right, look, if a quarterback can't get you to the Super Bowl, move on.
Right.
Who cares about, like, they've basically been the Vikings of the NFC East, where they've got a good quarterback who occasionally looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then other times you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
That's why they've been so frustrating, is because they're just like 500. Like,
Well, they make the playoffs and they get knocked out first round. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You fight your ass off. You look for 4 weeks of the season. You're like, holy shit, this is the best team in the NFL. And then they lose to some scrub team. And you're like, what the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm.
They're the exact same team as us. We got rid of Cousins. Now we can move forward. I think they got to get rid of Dak, move forward. And I think the move for them, which is the most Jerry Jones move in the world. No. Belichick requires Dion. Belichick requires too much power.
Okay.
Dion making the move with his son to the NFL. I think they draft Shador, give him the keys to the castle. Dion becomes the coach of the Cowboys. Prime time back in Jerry world. I mean, there will be no bigger media frenzy than him coming back into Dallas and standing on that star. His cowboy hat he's been wearing in Colorado.
Fucking sunglasses.
Oh my God, the money opportunities for them will just be insane.
Yeah.
So I think that's my big prediction. I don't think they fire him. I think they just let him run out the season, and then that's the end of Mike McCarthy era in Dallas.
Yeah.
It'll be, Dion will definitely get a NFL chance.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have a Harbaugh thing, though. It just works better in college.
Oh,
his
yeah.
style.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't think
You know what I
he's-
mean?
yeah.
So it's like,
Well, he's said too, like he's a college coach. Like
Yeah.
he likes that style.
He likes
too.
recruiting. He likes going
Yeah.
to kids' homes and telling their
Mhm.
parents, "I like you. I got you." And he does. He's such a good guy that
He's
he like really
perfect
cares
for
about
that.
these teams. Yeah.
yeah.
But he's already said he's not going to let Shador go to a team he doesn't approve. Like they're already setting up for that Archie Manning, Eli situation where they're like, no, like you're not going to fucking, who's going to suck. Most teams have quarterbacks right now, but like a Tampa or something that's like, you're kind of
Carolina.
off the beaten path. Like I can't see Carolina drafting a quarterback already, but yeah, like a Titans.
Yeah.
He's not going to let his kid just go be an afterthought. He's going to be like, I want to pick where my kid goes. We're going to Dallas. Nobody else touch him because he's not going to play for you.
Isn't the Manning kid gonna come out next year too?
No, he's still 1 year behind. Quinn
Yes.
Ewers is going to start this year.
Okay.
And then come out. He'll be one of the top quarterbacks along with Shador. And then Arch Manning is behind him.
Okay.
And he'll be the next great
And that's
quarterback.
Cooper's kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
No.
Cooper can finally have like a
He'll have his
His
role
moment
in the NFL.
yeah.
Apparently, he was an amazing wide receiver.
So is Shador more impactful than Hunter, though?
Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Because
quarterback.
Travis Hunter seems to be the
cornerback.
real thing there, though.
I love Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter could be a top 5 pick. Like,
Yeah.
he's an explosive athlete. He wants to do the both sides Shohei Ohtani thing. I don't look, I said Shohei wouldn't work in baseball. I'm a fucking idiot, along with 99% of people who thought that. Playing both sides in football just seems like too much because he already got hurt last year in college. But if he just picks a position and sticks to it, he could be the top at that position. So he could be a tie
Dion's
for
not telling him to do
five.
that. So
And with the new kickoff, he would be unreal with the
Mhm.
new kickoff rules. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many picks. I don't know if they trade for picks. I don't know what Dallas does, but Travis will be set wherever he goes. But I think Shador solves the Cowboys' issue of not having a quarterback
yeah.
when they get rid of Dak.
and a coach at the same time.
It's
Exactly.
too scripted.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the synergy is insane. It's like Jerry Jones set this thing up.
Yeah.
And to just not extend your coach and let it run out the same year that Dion's kid is leaving college.
Convenient.
They'll be done with Dion at that point anyway. He'll be like, all right, we had fun. I made Colorado
Fun.
a landmark.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
He
Well,
loves dipping.
and opened the position for someone to come into Colorado and like kill it again.
Yeah, they
too.
moved conferences. They
Yeah.
got taken to the Big Ten.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, they're a much bigger deal than they ever were
For
before.
sure.
And to sit there and have to rebuild with with Travis leaving and Shador leaving, I don't think Dion wants to stick around for a rebuild in
true.
college. That's going to be rough.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So we got 2 minutes left. WNBA has been a major topic this last week. Haven't heard anybody with my take, and it's
Okay.
bothering me.
Okay.
One, the way that like they're playing with like elbowing people out of nowhere, like all these types of things, I think it's good for the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it super entertaining. Caitlin Clark's a little bit of a flop artist,
Mhm.
which they don't like to say.
Well, she's a
Like
little
they're like,
frail.
oh my god, she got
Yeah.
totally assaulted on the court.
Yeah.
Is she getting disrespected?
Yes.
Yeah. That's also gonna be
Sports.
expected. Angel Reese got her like throat taken out. I don't know if you've seen that clip.
Yeah.
Most
Well,
people
she
are going all
plays
crazy.
dirtier to start, but yes.
Sure.
yes.
But like most people are like, oh my god, look what's happening to Caitlin
Yeah.
Clark. She is getting way more media attention, hate and love.
Mhm.
Like Angel Reese is getting just as much disrespect in the league at the same time. She got literally pulled down from like a rebound by her throat.
Yeah.
But I think the WNBA needs to lean into this aggressive nature because it's pretty fun watching girls like lose their shit.
Little cat fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin Clark is flopping.
Caitlin is
Uh,
Caitlin's of the
She gets hit pretty hard, but
She
it is
does.
a flop at the same time.
Yeah, well, she's in
She's-
the make of a Steph Curry,
Right.
Where you're frailer than these
Yes.
adult women who are fucking monsters. A
Yeah.
lot of them. So yeah, when you get hit, you are just used to everybody embellishing it. Now it's like soccer. It's annoying, but that's how the refs
That's
call
how you get
it.
your fouls, though.
Exactly,
The same,
that's
I mean,
the problem.
LeBron does the same exact
Exactly,
thing.
and LeBron can take
We're
the
just-
the
he's
hit.
a
Yeah.
flop,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he
Right.
does it
Exactly.
worse than anybody.
But now the problem is, look, if it's like hard basketball, we're all for that. The problem is now she's hurt and she missed a game and they're setting attendance records
Yeah.
every arena. And if Caitlin's not there, the product is going to plummet. And they keep
Sure.
coming up with this. It's not all about Caitlin. It kind of is all about Caitlin. And they need to lean into Caitlin's bringing eyes. Let's not be mad at that. Let's use those eyes to
Right.
showcase ourselves. Because Caitlin's not the best player in the league. There's other girls
No.
who are fucking nasty. I think it's Asia Wilson. Is that her last name? On the Aces.
On the Aces,
Yeah.
She's averaging like 27 and 15 or something insane.
Well, they won
stat.
last year.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the best player in the league right now. But Caitlin's bringing eyes. I didn't know who she was last year.
Nobody
and
know who anybody of the
Exactly.
WA was
And
last
Angel
year, and now
Reese
it's interesting.
is a bad guy. She loves that villain role. She did it when she did this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
She constantly is talking shit. She tweeted. She deleted. She's she's nuts.
I love all the catty shit.
Yeah, and then she
It's
acts like
fun.
she
though.
didn't
I
do
like the
anything.
whole like little warfare between
It's
the WA.
crazy.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, what's
Everyone's
kind of fun
that's
too.
a reality show.
classless and all this
It
shit.
is-
I'm like,
it is.
Because
I
the-
don't care about classes. Like
Because
in
the product
NBA. What are
fucking
you talking about?
sucks. So I don't want to watch the product. But if you throw some reality show
Desperate
into it, I'm all
Housewives
about
of the
it.
WNBA
Fucking
is
call
fun.
time out. Get them at like a dinner table. Bring out some wine. Get
Okay,
them
well,
drunk.
did you hear about too? There's like even more drama where there's like because they've dated each other too.
Who?
See?
Oh,
this
yeah.
doesn't happen
Yeah.
in the NBA.
Yeah. There's
They're
a whole
dating
thing.
each other?
Well, there's been a couple players. This happened like a few games
Oh
ago.
my god! Imagine if
Yeah.
NBA players were dating and we had that extra dynamic.
Because what? 70% of the league's gay, right?
Probably.
So,
I don't know if you can say that. Really?
No,
70?
I think it's. I
Probably.
think it's that. It's.
That
I
is- this
could
is-
be wrong, but I believe.
Well, LJ
It's-
said it, not me. So
Yeah,
I
same.
believe it's over 50%
I believe
Okay.
it.
of the league
Yeah.
is gay.
So there was, I cannot remember what teams, but I saw this whole thing on Instagram that was like breaking down the drama because like,
Why are they not talking
know.
about
This needs to be.
yeah,
I've been seeing so many posts on ESPN, the other ones, Sports Center, whatever. All the things I follow are covering sideline sources are all covering that. I haven't seen that at all.
Oh, you haven't seen
I
that?
need to
Yeah,
see that.
yeah.
I want to know
I'll pull
who's
it up.
dated, when they're playing,
Yep.
if they're
Yes.
guarding each other,
Yes, yeah, that's
if
what
they're
happened.
teammates, who's
Mhm.
getting their back. That's the one thing I will say.
Because we miss out on that in the NFL because everyone like so
Yeah.
quiet about their
and the
gayness.
second someone comes
if
out,
you're like,
they're
I
gone.
banged the other quarterback.
yeah,
That's juice, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's
where
fun.
it's
I can
at.
get into
It's-
that.
It's like when like a wife has gone out with two
Yep.
players or something,
Yep.
or like somebody bangs a mom. You're like, this is the best thing in the world. Imagine if they actually dated each other. The one thing that upsets me about the Caitlin Clark thing, which is actually very reminiscent of LeBron's rookie year, is her teammates not rallying when she gets fucking laid out. The teammates just stand there.
yeah, that's shitty.
Get the fuck go.
Yeah.
That's your golden goose. You guys got private jets right away. You're playing. They've switched the arenas from some where they were playing to like bigger college stadiums or NBA arenas
Right.
because they are already selling out.
Well, she needs, and Draymond said it, but she
Yeah, she
needs
needs an
an
enforcer.
enforcer.
Yeah.
If her and like Angel Reese teamed up, that's gold.
That would be the greatest thing. That would be must-see pay-per-view style TV. You'd have to pay to watch each game, and I would watch it. If they could get rid of their bullshit and come together,
Also,
Angel Reese would lay fools out for
But their
Caitlin Clark.
rivalry's fun.
It's great.
Yeah, that's
Magic
like
Bird, but Angel Reese has very shitty stats.
in 2022, a study determined that roughly 38% of WNBA players were lesbian.
When was it?
2022?
Yeah, no, that number
Oh, so I was off by like
skyrocketed
40%.
now. Yeah, but also it's 2 years ago. We
So
don't know.
30% of the league's gay, which is dope. But yeah, I never thought
You
about
flipped
that.
it, 70-30.
Yeah. That's because I
Dyslexia.
don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
hmm
But they're definitely hooking up.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of it.
On
I
the
don't know if they're
road,
hooking up.
lonely.
Ooh.
Well, are you talking about Caitlin Clark? And,
No.
No, these
they're
girls
not.
are hooking up.
Well,
No,
yeah.
just girls in
Oh
general.
yeah, of course. God, I'll find it. I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah. And then Pat McAfee had the funniest quote. I don't know if you saw his take the other day where he was like protecting Caitlin Clark, and
No.
he's talking about how everyone's like, oh, it's the product that's bringing eyes, and it's the product that's bringing private jets, and he goes, nah, it ain't. This white bitch right here, and I was like, calling her out to be white is like funny to me. I think you slipped that bitch in there. Like, you can't go
Damn.
referring to the WNBA.
Now when you're
as
owned by
this-
Disney.
This white
I
bitch.
know.
But
Oh,
it's
you
fun-
know ESPN was like, oh
No.
my God.
Well, his tweet later that day was like, I was saying it in an endearing way.
Yeah, no, he was.
Which he was.
He was hyping her up.
Yeah.
But like,
It's the locker room talk came
Yeah.
onto the screen.
he's a fucking
And that's how
hilarious.
he's talked his
I
entire
fucking
career.
died.
But yeah, he can't do it anymore.
Oh, this white bitch is white. And he's dead fucking right. You can hate her all you want. Everyone's showing up for Caitlin Clark. Now you have the eyes. Do something
Yeah.
with them, you know?
It's
But
the-
then other girls were immediately complaining like the private jet wasn't nice enough. It was like, we can't fit in the
Well,
front of the plane.
I
Shut
mean,
the fuck up.
Like, not for nothing, too. Like, this also is what you're gonna get from NIL money, because
Yeah.
like I'll go on a private jet. Like, I don't have private jet money.
Start
but
complaining about it.
You know,
want to go
when
back to
they have
coach and
these-
fucking commercial flights?
Right.
Get
But
the
they
fuck
also
outta
are
here.
using the private jets in a weird way because they're not increasing people's pay.
Yeah.
But they're like,
Right.
we'll give you the private jet
Yeah.
Right.
to kind of
No, it's
shut
like
you
pay,
up in a way.
No, it's like pay
But
me
the league
bitch.
is still losing
But
money.
it should also improve the game. I
Yeah.
do believe
Sure.
in that, where it's like
Oh, you
the
have
private jet
rest,
improves the game.
you
All
feel
the
better,
NBA players have talked about that.
Hockey, yeah, for sure.
Get the camaraderie and all of that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Not having to sit in an airport for 10 hours if there's like a delay or something. You know,
Right.
there's a ton of ways this makes you better.
I
feel
just love how
better.
they think that like these girls are ever going to get along.
Yeah.
'Cause from what I've known, sororities get a little catty.
That's true.
Yeah, no. The
That's
second.
true.
they're
I do
not
have a mini
supporting.
moment.
It's okay.
Oh,
We've seen this, but I think we've seen this. But
Oh, yes.
Gosh, I get a mega case of beer. They got a little salsa bar or chata. Tono's cheesesteaks and pizza, dude. I get the South Philly, 2 over easy eggs, some bacon, caramelized onion, green peppers.
I should have spelled it.
Come on, dog. And then I went
Come on,
to
dog.
Kindred Hearth with a couple soy eggs on my Caesar salad with a tavern.
what just happened?
Honey, pepperoni, jalapeno. Come on. And then, only place I haven't been again to yet is Nashville Coop. So I'm probably gonna go there.
Shout
I
out.
need to chill out a little bit. You know, I need to relax just a little. So I'll say, yeah, you know, you got a little break in between here and camp. So yeah, screw it. I'm gonna go to Nashville Coop tonight.
Shout out
What
Nashville
a shout
Coop.
out.
It's beautiful.
Well, first,
Great joint, man. Oh my gosh.
what do you think of his order at Taco Libre?
I don't know
What
what,
the fuck was
soy
that?
eggs.
I actually don't know what
I'm
Taco
out
Libre
on
is
soy
either.
I don't know
eggs.
what
The
Taco
rest
Libre
of it was a lot.
Yeah,
Look,
what is
I'm hungry
soy
right
eggs?
now. I don't know, but I'm not getting it. But the rest of it, I'm all about it. I'm starving. Throw me some fucking. Maybe I'll even. No, I'm not trying soy eggs.
And yeah, nice little shout out for Nashville Coop,
Yeah.
sister restaurant to our stepchild segment, which will be coming soon this season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But it's dope. It's
Is that a
fun to see
Kamal
them.
joint?
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Kamal's joint. So
I
it's
like
it's
that
cool
guy.
to see that become like an institution
yeah,
in such a short period
which
of
you
time.
can get at US Bank Stadium too.
Yeah.
What was the one we went to?
Stepchild.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a great restaurant that
Yeah.
was.
So friend of the program,
Yeah.
all the things, and we're partnering with him on some stepchild, wild child promos kind of coming up here soon.
Sick.
Yep,
Some crybaby sauce on those eggs.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Ooh, there we go.
All right, we're out of here. Skol Vikings banter at the historic Barney's Beanery. Love you all. God bless.
Love it.